From the Floor Concept Studios. Legally, we're WLME 102.7 FM, Lewisport, but you can just call us The Game. 1027. 1027.
We're on the air.
102.7.
Yeah, we're starting early today, isn't it?
Yes, sir, it's Clarence. Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
Hello, sports fans, and welcome to
Lion Man 5.
It's Live at 5, and it's brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtree, FWHlegal.com. And now, your host for Live at 5, Stephen A. Turner.
What's up and welcome to Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtree, dedicated to you, committed to justice. That's FWHlegal.com. Stephen A. Turner here in the Floor Concept Studios, joined by Coach Vic Evans.
What's up, man?
It's good to be here. Top 10 Tuesday, back in action today. The last Top 10 Tuesdays we had were a little controversial. I don't think the days will be quite that controversial. I do have some beef with it, though, so it'll be fun. You know, it's not just mine and your top 10.
No, we've expanded the voting. I mean, we've got as many voters now as the KSR statewide top 10.
Yeah, so it's a composite poll of local nobodies. Looking forward to diving into that, because there is some things I have beef with it to open the season. And the good news is that the top 10s, if you don't like it, just stay tuned and it'll sort itself out.
It always sorts itself out.
100%. That'll be coming up. That's the middle portion of our show in segments 2 and 3. We will close today. I know I said I would find a way to get volleyball highlighted. It kicks off tonight, and so no better time to preview it. Final segment today, we'll talk a little volleyball in the third region, kind of give you the top returners, maybe the top teams to look at as we close the show today. But it's Hype Week.
It
brought
is
to you
Hype
by
Week.
Sports Country. This whole first segment is really just a thank you to our sponsors that have come on board, man. And I feel like it's not only Hype Week for us, I mean, it's Hype Week for the businesses, because they're all wanting to get involved in high school football season, and rightfully so, because it's a big draw on Friday nights. These kids have been practicing their butts off all summer, and we get to see the fruits of that come kickoff on Friday night. And these businesses are getting behind it, man.
They are. You can talk about Hype Week, Sports Country, the title sponsor for that, celebrating 10 years next month. I think that's amazing. And then also you got Greg's Construction, you got Felt's Alarms and Locks and Alarms. Backwoods spray foam?
That's right.
And then the last one is Farmers Home Furniture.
Yeah, Beaver Dam, Farmers Home Furniture over there in Beaver Dam. Backwoods spray foam. Stay tuned. I'll be hollering at you soon.
And today for Hype Week, it's all about players to watch, and we'll be doing that in segments 2 and 3.
Yeah.
The players you want to watch on Friday night. Some that I have, not the most obvious ones, but big fans of that. And then on top of that, Steve, how about the newest one that just came on board?
Yeah, we started this YouTube thing. We're still, working the kinks out. I feel like it's gone pretty smooth.
Yeah, it's gone really well.
5. And good news, because we have a brand new live stream sponsor. Live stream brought to you by Legendary Pool and Spa, 270-316-1007. And soon, if you're watching on YouTube or you check out the replay or whatever, I don't know why you want to look at us, but pretty soon there'll be some cool features today, actually.
Yes.
Kind of, testing this thing out. You'll be able to see them there on the live stream spot.
Yeah, the paperwork was signed late today, and then the new overlay comes out Monday.
Yeah,
so don't, Legendary Pool and Spas. Hey, you'll be up there. Don't worry about it. But like I said, and not just that. I mean, great things we talk about. One of our that's near and dear to us. How about? And this is what always makes us happy. When they re-sign.
That's right.
And coming on, once again, re-signing with us is our good pal, Karen Gross, the realtor with Remax Professional Realty Group.
Yeah, you hear about it, and the thing is like, sometimes I'm like, man, is it getting stale or what, but I think repeating it daily, man, is good, because not everybody's going to listen every day, number one. But number two, the podcasts I listen to, the ones that they repeat over and over. Man, not only do I know them, I know the taglines. I can actually repeat it with them as they say it. So I'm hopeful that that's happening with Karen Gross.
Hey, the one thing we can do is we can help you with your branding. And if you think back, I mean, how about Motel 6? When you think about that, what is it? We'll leave the light on for you.
Right.
I mean, you saw that. That's one of the greatest ones of all time. Or Where's the Beef?
Yeah, Where's the Beef's a good one.
Karen Gross, realtor. Your dream is her mission. I know that.
Absolutely. And looking forward to having her back on board. And big thanks to Karen for all the support that she's given us, for sure. I mean, there's a bevy of them in here. Owensboro Health's a monster one as well. That'll be our top 10 sponsor today. But, man, don't forget to subscribe, like on iTunes, Spotify, and now YouTube, if you'd be so kind. You can text us throughout the show on the Green River Area Federal Credit Union text line, 270-903-0389. And follow along 1027 The Game on social media because, you'll have the picks dropping, I believe, tomorrow.
Yeah,
so.
your picks drop tomorrow. It'll be on 1027 The Game Facebook page.
And these just stay there. Like keep it there.
That's where it is.
Yeah, that way we don't have picks coming in from all different directions.
If you want to, all you got to do is go
Make
to
your picks
Facebook.
under the comment.
In the comments, all you have to do is give us the winner, and there'll be a game that will be the last game at the very bottom. I think this one is Apollo Murray. That last game, you always have to give the tie-breaking score, what you think the score is of the game. Whoever gets closest to the total points without going over, if somebody's under, you can't, is the tiebreaker winner. And we'll have some prizes for weekly winners, and then the season winner gets 2 Lower Arena Preds tickets.
Yeah, no, and those are big time. That's a big time there. I mean, Preds tickets hard to come by. So big thanks to all of our sponsors and proud partners who have made football season already. I mean, the hype week is rolling in. You've been sending me, the funniest thing of all is these live reads for the games, these businesses that are coming on for our games. You sent me 5 copies.
I'm on
because people just keep jumping on.
I got smart.
7?
I got 2 more today. I was like, you know what? I'm not sending these out till like Thursday morning, maybe Friday morning, because people do jump on. We had a Legendary Pools and Spas jumped on today. East End Barbershop on Owensboro jumped in. Had another one jump in on BIO. So that's just the way it works.
And then when we say jump in, that means they're supporting your student athletes. So keep those businesses in mind when you do your business.
Without a doubt.
And they support us, so we definitely need to support them. I love the 10 years of Sports Country. That just means they're succeeding, and that means that we have somewhere to go buy sports merch. I mean, you don't have to order it online or go to Evansville. You can get it right there at Sports Country 317 Park Plaza Drive. But I feel like a NASCAR driver right now in Victory Lane trying to get all of our fine sponsors in.
But we can't do what we do without them.
But Kellyanne Harris has jumped on board for our Stat Leader sponsor. And so since today, the theme of Hype Week is players to watch, when we talk about some of these players, Vic, that have returned this season that were amongst our stat leaders a year ago.
Yeah, without a doubt. We still early, so you can't really do stat leaders for right now. So what we did was the returning stat leaders. You and I talked about this, and this graphic will go up during the commercial break on all social media. Big thanks to the Harris Group. In passing, we talked about Max Johnson. I mean, he's going to be one to watch in that big game against Murray because you got Max versus that, Murray that returns 9 defensive starters. That's going to be really interesting. And then rushing, there's a lot of people to think about, but the leader was Mr. Jet Goldsberry over there at Heritage Hills.
That's interesting, So Max was the passing leader, and you think, man, he beat out Jet, and then the very next category, rushing leader, goes to Jet Goldsberry, and that's amongst an Evan Hampton or a Caden Hanshaw or an Aiden Bolden.
1,676 yards, along with leading his team to a state title.
And with some questions around the running back spot. No, don't get me wrong. I think those questions will firmly be answered. There's some guys that will step into those spots. But I do think Goldsberry maybe even runs for more yards this year.
Wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Coach was here when he talked about it. He's like, when we asked him about how do you replace a running back, he made sure to mention we still got Jet.
Yeah, that's right. And a name like Jet, I mean, it just kind of goes hand in hand.
It does.
And that's what Justin Jefferson's Jets. So, and then we got Jet and Jets.
It's almost like his dad played football.
Almost.
Yeah, no, it was almost like that.
He was born to play ball. We named him for that, actually.
And then you look over the catching leader, returning Landon Bratcher with 46, receiving yards leader. Go back over to Heritage Hills and get Tyler Ruxer, 893 yards. And I look for both of them to have monster seasons.
It's no coincidence, right? I mean, got a couple Apollo kids, a couple Heritage Hills kids. They're in the mix when you talk about pass catchers. And I think Bratcher's probably in my top 3 at least most underrated players that we cover. I don't think he just flies under the radar somehow. He puts up monster numbers, and I think he's in for another big year.
He had like 46 catches for like 680 yards last year. It would not surprise me to see him get somewhere around 900 to 1,000.
Yeah, I would expect him to be in the 1,000 range this year.
Yeah, then let's go on the defensive side. Tackles, it's used to be the Pyres of Pain.
That's right.
Now he's on his own here lately.
He's gone solo. That's what a good tag team does after they they have success as a tag team, they break off and become the excellence of execution, and that's what Ross Powers
162 tackles last year in 11 games. I think he just got another one, but looking to see what he could do. Week 1, he's got to tackle
the Pittman, man. That's going to be a mano-y-mano, right?
It is.
It's 11 on 11. We know that.
I know that.
But Powers and Pittman may meet each other a few times on Friday.
Then the sacks leaders coming back. Surprising on one side, Miles Edge, 9 sacks. Ty, he had 9. And then Jackson Reynolds had 9, which that doesn't surprise me, but I'd have never got Miles Edge with 9 being tied for the sack lead.
I wouldn't either. Miles Edge can do anything, though. Like, he can drive the bus, whatever you need, wash the jerseys, run for 1,000, catch for 1,000, 9 sacks. I mean, whatever you need him to do. I think he's going to have a monster year this year. And Reynolds, we
talk about underrated.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the most underrated, in the trenches guys in the whole area.
You talk about that week 1 matchup with Wilkin from Muhlenberg. Reynolds will be a guy trying to corral him or at least contain him there in the pocket.
And then the last one, interceptions. Don't throw it at E-Badger.
No.
7 picks. And they were, and what, they had 3 in one game, I think, against McCracken County. Like, you weren't smart enough after 2 to stop throwing that way. But here's the problem. Even if you go away from him, Tutt on the other side. I mean, they're the 2 best tandem corners in the region, I have my opinion.
Yeah.
So it's not like you can just automatically take go the other side and just work that side of the field because Tutt's right there.
Well, I think too, it's a couple things that could we talked about over under for if Badger could go over 5 this year. 7's incredible. Can he duplicate that? I think the key to do that is your offense puts so much pressure on the opposing offense to try to keep up. Quarterbacks start forcing the ball, and you have a very opportunistic secondary. And Badger, I think not only is he going to have a big year, obviously as a defensive back, as he already has last year. I think and we're going to talk about him in players to watch because I think he's in for a huge season at the wide receiver spot.
I think he could be kind of like their board this year.
I agree.
When on running and the big play guy. And but a big shout out there to Kellyanne Harris. We'll have these each week. Though also normally it'll be a top 5 one category, and then also either girls volleyball or girls soccer. We're not going to forget them. Stat leaders will also have girls and boys. So it won't be a top 10. It'll be 2 top 5s.
Yeah, we'll have boys soccer in the mix there as well. So all the fall sports will be in the mix for the Kellyanne Harris, the Harris group. Big thanks for coming on.
They come out usually they come out every Wednesday is when the stat leaders will come out, give teams time to update their stats. Some are a little slower than others.
Yeah.
But
if you ain't got them up by Wednesday, I'm gonna have a problem.
Right, but what you're doing is you're hurting your own player because let's just say your kid's the leading rusher in the area. If it's not updated, he can't go on there. We go by KHSA stats. So, or in Indiana, we go by their coaches send us the stats.
That's right.
Most of them do a good job with that, though.
No,
Tell City and Perry and the Heritage Hills, I've already talked to their coach. So, listen.
And they may post. I think they may post theirs weekly on
Max Prep, right?
And that's a high profile program.
Yeah.
So you always want to follow what the big dogs are doing, and they don't get any bigger than state champs. And that's what Heritage Hills is, and it's gonna be interesting to see where they rank the first time ever inside our Owensboro Health Top 10 coming up in a little bit. But we are going to pause it for our continuing partner here, Karen Gross, realtor with RE/MAX Professional Realty Group. Your dream is her mission. Give her a call at 270-315-9810 or find her at karengross.net. Listen to Live at 5, Owensboro Health Top 10 next, Live at 5, 1027 The Game.
Attorneys at Foreman Watson Poultry have handled thousands of car wreck cases. We know how a serious car wreck can change your life forever. If you've been injured in an automobile wreck, the attorneys you choose to represent you is critical. Put our reputation and resources to work for you. Let us fight your battles and wage your wars. Find out why FWH Legal is an award-winning car wreck firm. Foreman Watson Poultry. Dedicate justice.
Looking for a financial partner you can trust? Look no further than Green River Area Federal Credit Union. Whether you're saving for the future, buying a new home, or need a loan, we've got you covered with competitive rates and personalized service. Join the community that cares about your financial well-being. Visit Green River Area Federal Credit Union at one of our 3 locations in Henderson, Greenville, or Owensboro and experience the difference today. Your money, your future, your credit union. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
In September, Sports Country is celebrating 10 years. The last 10 years, we've seen the rise of social media, the pandemic, and in sports, we saw the rise of new rivalries, World Cups, the creation of the transfer portal. For Sports Country, they saw a location change in Owensboro and the addition of a second location in Bowling Green. Thank you for supporting them for 10 years as they celebrate all September. Sports Country, 317 Park Plaza Drive, behind Shammy's Car Wash, Owensboro's #1 sports fan store. Search Sports Country on Facebook for events and specials.
Need insulation you can feel good about? Backwoods Spray Foam Coatings and Concrete Lifting is your father and son team for residential and commercial projects, new construction, or existing buildings. From spray foam installation, poly-air coatings, and spray foam roofing to crawl space encapsulation and concrete lifting, we do it all. Save big on energy bills, stop air and moisture leaks, and enjoy a more comfortable, healthier home. Call 270-314-0032 today for your free quote. Backwoods Spray Foam, the best insulation money can buy.
Hi, it's Duke Brubaker with Champion Ford in Owensboro. The Ford Summer Sales Event is going on now, and 0% APR is back with available 0% on new 2025 Ford Mustang, Escape, Explorer, and F-150. Plus, Ford is offering $0 down, 0 payments for 90 days, and 2-year, 25,000-mile premium maintenance included. Ford also announced super low lease specials on most new 2025 Ford vehicles, including Bronco and Bronco Sport. Stop by Champion today or shop in your jammies online at championowensboro.com.
Local sports at its finest, live at 5 with Stephen A. Turner and Vic Evans on 102.7 The Game.
Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtry, FWHlegal.com. Stephen A. Turner, Vic Evans here in the Floor Concept Studios. And we go that whole Victory Lane first segment talking about sponsors, and then you leave off the primary sponsor. Travis Holtry.
Without him, we don't do anything.
Travis, I hope you're listening right now. I talked to you at church the other day, and I am hoping to see you in Calhoun on Friday.
I hope so.
Trust me. I mean, he couldn't make it on Thursday. Scheduling conflicts came up. You know how it is. I mean, Travis is only running about 15 law firms across Western Kentucky. And so, it's understandable that he couldn't make it in. But, man, it really starts and really ends with him, because if Foreman Watson Holtry wasn't here in the beginning, I think even before you came along,
they were here before I was.
This show would have been canceled a long time ago.
Yes,
so,
100%.
He's kind of been the pillar that's held this thing up.
That's why we call him QB1.
Yeah,
I mean,
anything.
He's our Patrick Mahomes.
Called on him a million times, and he's always game to help out. And all you got to do is look around the community, and you can easily see the work done by Foreman Watson Holtry. So definitely wanted to highlight Travis, and hopefully, because he told me the other day,
he's got the list for the first 4 tailgates.
Well, but I mean, the picks this year, they're not going to be just Travis's. He's like, man, I'm so busy. And not only that, but we love getting together at the firm.
Yeah.
And putting our picks together. So it's going to be the Foreman Watson Holtry
pick. I love that idea.
He's like, I can't even take the credit if they're good or bad. I can't take the blame if they're bad or the credit if they're good. It's a group effort at FWH Legal. So it'll be the FWH Legal picks throughout the season this year. But, man, before we jump into this, we explain it every year, and it doesn't really matter, because still, when this is released, people are still going to scratch their heads. But what you need to understand about the football top 10, our logic has always been, even all the way back to the Homers days.
Pound for pound.
Pound for pound. And when we say pound for pound, what that means is, could a McLean County line up head-to-head with an Owensboro and beat them? Probably not.
99 out of 100, no.
But it's more about where you stack up versus your level of competition, that type of thing. Like
Correct.
You're a 3A team. Those types of things all factor in to the top 10. It's not necessarily head-to-head. So keep that in mind, I think, as we move forward and move into it's the only way to do it.
Right, because if not, it would be the same teams at the top.
Right, it'd be the same 3 or 4. There's no intrigue in that at all. So this was here. Just take that approach when you're looking at the top 10. Now, let's run through the teams that didn't quite make the cut, the teams that – we'll have something to work towards as we go into the season. Indiana has South Spencer, coming off a 5-5 season. It's turning the page from Brown and company, so they'll have some work to do. The new coaching staff there as well. And then Perry Central finished the start of the season rocky last year, had a great finish to get a winning record at 6-5. They won a playoff game. And their coverage this year, as always, brought to you by Cash Wagner and Associates.
Yeah, they've been great. The great sponsors there, the Player of the Week, and all that. And I look at their schedule, and I can see kind of the same path for Perry Central.
Yeah, and I mean, you may even be able to start it off on a better path.
There you
got
go.
a shot at a team that may be ranked ahead of you. So no better way to jump in than to beat somebody who's ahead of you.
That's
right?
exactly right.
And in the 12th district, of course, we'll have Edmonson County and Butler County coverage again all season long. 11th district, Breckenridge County, trying to knock on the door of this top 10, and they have done it before. VFW 3581 is on board for our Tiger of the Week sponsor.
They have been, and I'm glad they're staying with us here, and I think they're on all the way through basketball season.
Looking forward to it, man. The 10th district, of course, Ohio County's gone independent this year. Their coverage brought to you by Hawkins Abney.
Yes.
All season long, and they have a winnable game out of the gate. Trig is a winnable game for me.
I think if Ohio County's going to have, I think, an improved season, they need to go win that game.
No doubt. No, that'd be a great building block. You start that week 1 victory, you can kind of exhale a little bit and then get back to work, right? So I think that's a big game for Ohio County week 1. For Muhlenberg, you got Sacramento Deposit Bank on board, and then the last team outside the top 10 in the 9th district is Davis County, and a team that I think low-key could surprise people. I mean, I'm not sitting here telling you they're going to win, have a winning record, but I think based upon one win last year, I would be shocked if they don't increase that this year and be much more competitive.
I think that's the key. I'm not looking so much how many wins they have. I'm like you. I think there are spots there that they can definitely increase the win total. I think they're going to be much more organized and much more competitive throughout. And I think they've got a game that really need to start off 1-0.
Yeah, it's kind of like Ohio County. It's a game right out of the gate that you can go out and kind of set the tone for your season when you talk about 1A Russellville. So that will bring us to the Owensboro Health Top 10. Big thanks to Owensboro Health for everything they do for us here. And also on these Player of the Weeks, man, might be a little bit different twist this year, taking it back a little bit.
We are going to try. There's a lot of work behind the scenes going on.
A lot of work.
That it will be.
And people are like, why do you need to have a sponsor to do a Player of the Week? Isn't that kind of selfish, or are you just trying to just add money to the pot? I don't think people realize, go find a picture of the kid, edit the graphic, put a post up individually. Because last year we kind of changed
We're going back old school. There'll be some that'll go out on Monday before we actually announce them on Live at 5, because it's every Tuesday, which is fine. But you'll have a third of them will go out Monday, a third on Tuesday, and a third on Wednesday. Then you'll have your voting on Thursday for the overall Player of the Week.
But what I love about it most is the graphic itself. We're going to work to do this, and we'll see how it goes, because you're talking about a lot of schools.
Yes.
But individual graphics for the kids every single week.
No, there will be individual graphics. We're going to work really hard on making sure their picture is on every graphic.
That's what I mean. So, for me, if that's my kid, and even if he's won 3 or 4 of them, all those graphics are getting saved. We're probably going to print them. We're going to make a big poster of it. You know what I'm saying?
Without a doubt.
That's the way parents are.
That's what it's
and that's
for.
the way it should be.
Yeah.
So I think it's great to be able to bring that back. And so if you're out there and you're taking pictures, maybe just keep that in mind.
Reach out to us.
Yeah.
I know we can't be at every game.
No.
One, we're all calling games.
Well, even the games we're at, I mean, it's hard to get pictures of every single player that may win a Player of the Week.
So if you're somebody who takes pictures, and you'll get photo credit, we have some people for Cali that helps us. We got Owensboro that's helping us. Davis County the same way. And so, if you are, Brett County, that's one we don't have right now. And so if you're somebody that takes pictures for Brett County football and you're at every game, and we have a Player of the Week, reach out to me. And let me know you take pictures, and we'll give you the photo cred for that too. And
it's all
get
about
them on. It's all about getting the kid's picture.
About highlighting the kid.
Yeah, it's about getting their picture on the graphic.
It's literally been the only major conflict that I've had, I think, since I've been doing radio.
Yeah, you don't like it when
taking other people's pictures. And we didn't even know they were your pictures, man. There's no watermark on this thing, but that's been a conflict in the past. So I'm just trying to put that out there and get ahead of it, because I know it's going to be a job. And I was talking to you during the break, man. I was like, we got to take care of Dime.
I'm gonna bring
him
lunch. He does
a
tremendous job.
I'm gonna take care of this guy, because I'm gonna make sure, because it's the work that he's put in so far.
They're so clean.
Graphics, all the stuff behind the scenes with the live stream. I mean, so far, man, I got to tell you, talk about players to watch. Dime here at Cromwell, you talk about newcomers of the year. KBO rolls around next year, he might be the rookie of the year.
He needs to be. And I'll say this too. And beyond the bench, there was a little problem. It's new on the live stream. It didn't go up on the live stream. It didn't go up till 10 o'clock this morning. We've got that figured out, worked out. So it'll be on Monday live at 6 p.m. So there you go.
It's easier to do live at 5 because it's
Every day.
We're doing it. We're just
Yeah.
rolling live at 5,
Yep.
right? And beyond the bench schedules and stuff,
They're coaches, so sometimes it has to be pre-recorded and that kind of stuff. So it was just a little problem with the uploading, and so we just held it off till 10 o'clock this morning. But it will be at 6 next Monday.
Well, let's get into this Owensboro Health top 10 here and kick it off. Well, at the 10 spot, I guess, right? Is where you start. Tell City 6-6 gets enough votes to get into the top 10. They 2 playoff wins. If you remember last season,
it was injury,
riddled with injuries.
Correct.
I mean, they're going, with the JV squad there in the middle part of the year. But credit that coaching staff and those players for battling back and then finding a way to end your season at a peak. I mean, 2 playoff wins. You remember that hype? Around that
going into that
program
sectional title.
Yeah.
And even though they were sectional runner-ups last year, you can go back and look, and it was, they were still playing at half their team, But I think it's going to help them this year because a guy like Case Boat, the Terrys would have got all the carries. Both Terrys, would they play like 3 games last year?
Yeah, it's tough, man.
And that just seems to be a snake-bitten community. Like their 2 best teams they've had in the last 25 years, one gets wrecked by COVID and the other one gets wrecked by injuries. But I'm looking forward to this team. I think 10's the right spot for them.
Lucas Byer, the quarterback, I saw he was named captain, junior. So that's one of the players to watch. You're always going to, highlight the quarterback.
Can I give you the player to watch too? Tell City. If you watch Media Day, you had learned. And I know you weren't here, but you watched a lot of it. You may have missed Tell City. Tell City this year has like a sophomore kicker that kicks it like 45 yards. Oh, yeah. Like there were back here that first year we went over to Tell City, if they had a kicker, they'd been undefeated.
That's right.
They always went for 2.
Right.
But he was at Media Day. He was just like a kicker.
I love it,
so
man.
there's my player to watch. Tell City
watch.
kicker.
Fair enough, man. People might scoff at that, but having a kicker is a weapon.
It's a huge weapon in high
points,
school,
man.
Yeah,
it's points. You got to. And I've been around the professor long enough to know the team that scores the most points wins most of the time.
99.9.
Yeah, most of the time, I think. So.
Unless you got eligible players. North Hardin.
Oh, no. I didn't know. I thought you were just going to let it go with that.
No.
They can't hear us.
That's why it was 99.9 and not 100%.
They can't hear us. Let's go to Meade County, and they certainly can hear us there. 5-6 season a year ago. Just a lot of questions around this team. I did vote them into the top 10 just because I think they're going to find a way.
I do too.
Number one, I think they're going to be extremely well coached. But you got Wyatt Rainey as a kid, obviously, that we talk a lot about, rightfully so, whether he's carrying the ball or killing somebody at linebacker. I mean, the dude does just a little bit of everything. And then Grayson Heiner, 3 picks last year in the defensive secondary. And I guess really the big player to watch will be
Loggins
at the quarterback spot.
I reached out to see if he gotten cleared this week. I hadn't got an answer back on the Green River Area Federal Credit Union text line. So we'll see. Hopefully it'll come up. Hopefully I'll get a text back that says he was cleared.
That's got to be tough. I mean, I know he was a little bit of a late transfer, but it's got to be tough because as Meade County, they're having to prepare. They're going to have to get him prepared. Like if he gets eligible, you want him to be prepared.
I will say I just got this on the text line and said, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Come on, KHS.
Get this done.
I mean,
come on.
I mean,
this is a joke.
I mean, it's got to be tough on Coach Powers because, like I say, you're having to prepare 2 different quarterbacks for the game, and South Oldham is no weak opponent, that's for sure. At the 8th spot, and this is where things just get sideways for me a little bit.
Well, the 8th spot, huh?
I got to ask if this poll was voted on based off last year, how the teams finished last year, or what they think the teams are going to be this year.
I can only tell you what I did.
Yeah.
I took both into consideration. It was really about this year.
But why would you take last year into consideration?
Not just this, but I look at it. I think you even do this on the AP poll sometimes, where I was looking at. I think, okay, this could go either way. This could go either way. This team's won the last 3 against this team, so they seem to have their number. That's just a little extra bump.
Well, the fact that we've got to go there Friday doesn't bode well for us because McLean County checks in at number 8. 7-4 last year. Their coverage all year will be brought to you by Sacramento Deposit Bank. And it's a team that I thought really kind of, flashed in the scrimmage season. You talk about Allen County and the other scrimmage, they have Franklin Simpson. That's 2 pretty good opponents. So, I kind of expect them to be a little bit higher. To be in full transparency, I voted McLean at 5 in this poll. But we'll see.
I fully expect them to finish higher than where they're at right now.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I projected them. I voted as I project the teams to go.
Mm-hmm.
And, I thought McLean would be voted a little higher. The good news is you can sort it out on the field.
It's all preseason.
And it starts with Muhlenberg County this week. And I think it could be a statement game. I mean, I'm not trying to, disrespect Muhlenberg, but if McLean is who I think they are, they win this game by 3 or 4 touchdowns on Friday.
I think so. And I got, for my player to watch this one, of course, it'd be easy. Everybody's going to, Bowden, because 1,500-yard returner.
He is a player to watch.
He is. But I got another one for you. I'm going to go a little bit off the beaten path for this. I'm going to go Jacoby Gill, because last year he had a really nice year in the secondary. So it's Jacoby Gill leading that McLean County secondary against that passing attack from Muhlenberg. Because if you look in their district, Hancock with Eubanks and Cooper Jones, Catholic with Dre Mel and all their guys, the defensive backs, I think that is where stopping the pass is where they're going to have to be good. So this is my guy to watch.
Well, I'm going to give you, because I listened to Jalen Darty, and I learned from Jalen a little bit. So my players to watch are going to be the law firm of Reynolds, Garcia, Rodriguez, and Coakley.
Up front,
because I've watched
They
football
make things a
long
lot
enough.
easier on defensive backs.
I've watched football long enough to know games are won in the trenches.
Without
and that
a
is
doubt.
a mean trench there for McLean County, and I think the Cougars are in for a tremendous season. And you can already be disrespected at 8 because the team ahead of you is a team that may be standing in the way of your home playoff game, and that's Hancock County, coming off an 8-3 a year ago. Lost an absolute heartbreaker to Franklin Simpson to close the season. Their coverage brought to you by Southwire all season long. And, man, this is a group that I think has an identity. They're going to play good defense. The question, you turn the page, right, from Morris, who was probably the breakout player of the season.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
I mean, the numbers he put up was just staggering. And I know we expect him to be good. We did not expect him to be as good as he was. And Brady Eubanks, coach's kid, right? I don't want to say there's a lot of hype around him, but a lot of expectations are coming along with him. I know he's capable of doing it, but it's one of those things where you got to get out there in varsity action and show it. And you got a guy in Cooper Jones who's one of the best wide receivers in our area and in the entire coverage area that we have. So you have a good security blanket there. They'll have a pretty good offensive line. And they're going to be running the ball with a stable of backs until Jack Roberts comes back and I think takes over RB1.
Yeah, that's why I had Kyle Anderson as my player to watch this week, because I think he's going to be RB1 right now. And how does he handle the run game? He's going to get plenty of help. Even last year, you go look at their stats. They had like 8 guys have over like 200 yards. But I think Anderson
had a lot of Tolberts, man.
They
did.
A lot of Tolberts. I think Anderson is a guy that you can hand the ball to 15 to 20 times a game, which I haven't had a guy like that in the past until Roberts gets there. Then it may be a 2-headed monster.
Yeah, no. And last year, like a 6-headed monster. And one thing I know about Hancock is they will be well coached. Coach Eubanks
does a great job.
A great job since he's been there, and that will be a dogfight. Those two teams at 8 and 7. Number one, they don't like each other too much. Number two, I mean, I really think the home playoff game runs through that game. So.
Yeah, and Hancock has been totally different once Garrison had taken over the offense and kind of turned it over to him, and he's really instilled kind of a spread but also run the football. Balanced offense.
Yeah, last year you saw him throw it more than they ran it by quite a bit. I think that number comes back more to balance this year.
I do too.
But, man, Drake Garrison's done a great job.
100%.
And what he's done, and I think the best compliment I can give coaches is – you give your team an identity.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you think Hancock County, you envision what they are. Like McLean County.
Yep.
I mean, they're going to run the football in many different forms. Hancock was that same way, and now they've adapted and spread it a little more, and he's completely changed the identity of that program. But at the 6th spot is the Grayson County Cougars, 9-3, coming off a playoff win, one of the best seasons in school history for the Grayson
And really
County
a tough round 2. That was a heartbreaker, too. Didn't they get beat on a 2-point conversion?
Yeah.
Because I had them going in at least another round, maybe 2.
Yeah, no, and it was a tough way to go out. I know, Caden Hanshaw will be the player to watch. I think Mudd is another guy. Hanshaw, number 1. You look at the stats, obviously it's going to jump off the page at the running back spot. Well, we don't talk about Hanshaw enough.
Defensively.
Defensive. Right. He led him in tackles. He's got 5 sacks. I mean, the dude's just a disruptor on the defensive side. He's a game wrecker. I mean, whether it's offensively, what he's doing, 7-8 yards a carry, or, sacking the quarterback. I mean, this dude does everything. So he's certainly a player to watch, but I do think a guy like Mudd will come along. Bratcher at quarterback would be another one for me to watch. And for me, I just want to watch the team to see who does emerge. Mm-hmm. A couple names are going to emerge.
They always do. And for me, my players to watch, to me, it's the 11 guys on defense, because for the last 2 years, this team has been right there at the top in takeaways. Is that something, sometimes takeaways, you see this in NFL, 1 year you have like 40 takeaways and 1 year you have like 10. But there are consistently teams that are in the top 10 in the league in takeaways because it's preached. Coach Jones down there, they preach that, hold a guy up, go in and get the ball. So can this defense keep that, stability that's been going around?
Yeah, and their coverage all season long will be brought to you by Above All Roofing. I think this is a team that maybe the win total will not be as high as it was last year.
No, it could be better and have less wins.
But I think they'll be just as good. Mm-hmm. So it's just a more competitive schedule, tougher district for the Grayson County Cougars. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about the Owensboro Health Top 5, live at 5, 102.7 The Game.
Hey y'all, it's Kellyanne Harris with the Harris Group at Keller Williams Elite Realty. As a proud sports mom, I know what it takes to show up, stay focused, and deliver results on the field and in real estate. That's why we're offering our Guaranteed Cash Offer program. We guarantee to get your home sold or we'll buy it. For all your real estate needs, trust the Harris Group. We're always ready to go to work for you. Call us today at 270-929-5857 for the details.
Feel the power of the road beneath you. Rick's Tire and Service can make it possible. Offering comprehensive car care from front-end repair and brake work to air conditioning and diagnostic services. We're more than just tires. Elevate your ride with our range of aftermarket accessories. Get those wheels, tires, level up with lift kits, sleep bumpers, bed covers, and running boards. Even lights, you bet. At Rick's, we customize your vehicle to reflect your style. Rick's Tire and Service, the place where we turn your car from basic to fantastic.
Step into luxury at Daniel's Cigar Lounge on Highway 54. Discover the largest humidor in the tri-state area within our newly remodeled and expanded lounge. Now open Monday through Thursday 11 to 8, Friday and Saturday 11 to 10, and Sunday 1 to 6. It's the perfect place to slow down and relax. Daniel's Cigar Lounge on Highway 54. Smoke, sip, socialize.
At Farmers Home Furniture, we take pride in our hometown. Our tradition is making our customers feel like family and their homes comfortable with name brand furnishings. Whether unwinding in a Lazy Boy recliner or sleeping better on a Sealy mattress, America's #1 brand, we offer personalized service to build lasting relationships, providing an easy, convenient shopping experience. Plus in-house financing. Shop in store or online. Farmers Home Furniture, your hometown store.
Break-ins happen every day, but they don't have to happen to you. Feltz Lock and Alarm has the security solutions to keep your home, business, and family safe. Locks, alarms, cameras, safes. We've got it all. Plus, we install and service everything we sell. Serving Evansville, Jasper, Owensboro, and the entire tri-state for over 85 years. Call 812-473-4000 now for your free security inspection or visit feltzonline.com. Don't wait until it's too late. Lock it down with Feltz Lock and Alarm.
And now, more Live at 5 with Stephen A. Turner and Vic Evans on 102.7 The Game.
Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtry, FWHlegal.com. Stephen A. Turner, Vic Evans here in the Floor Concept Studios. Jump back into this Owensboro Health Top 10 at the 5 spot. Got to get ready to cue these graphics over here. If you're on the YouTube page, these graphics pretty
ready
cool.
for you.
It's very, very nice.
Yeah, at the 5 spot?
Henderson County Colonels
there
checking in at number 5. Off a 4-7 season a year ago, their coverage brought to you by Green River Area Federal Credit Union. And this is one that I would say, was it based on last year or this year? But I mean, there's a lot of questions for me around Henderson. I had Henderson ranked down at about the 8th spot. So if you flip-flop McLean and Henderson in this poll, I think you have exactly what I had, except I had Edmondson voted into the top 10 there as well. Because I think Edmondson prove with Coach Vessels that they're going to be a pretty competitive program. But back to Henderson, I mean, there's so many questions on the offensive side. I think Brody Belt had a pretty good year stepping in for injured Trajan Davis for some of it. I think you lose an Anthony Burris out of the backfield. Dalton will step in there. There'll be some other guys that will step in. I know there's a couple receivers that I'm pretty excited about for Henderson. So I think offensively they're going. And this is a veteran coach, but I do wonder with the gauntlet of a schedule, and especially early, they're going to really have to lean on that defense. And my number one player to watch, and I mean it's not a real surprise, is Jack Ryan Roush, the linebacker there that leads that defense. And I think they're really going to have to lean on him early in the season, especially.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, defensively, I think they're going to have to lean a lot. We're going to find a lot about when they play Pulaski, which is a very tough, opening game. For me, I went the other way too. I do think Belt. I mean, you lose Burris, you lose what can he do and stability he can bring at the quarterback spot. I thought he played really well once Trajan got hurt last year, but this is one I need to see it. I need to see it. So he's my player to watch here in week 1 for them.
No doubt. That the 4th spot is the Apollo Eagles, 5-6 last year. Their coverage is brought to you by L&I Insurance Solutions. And this is a team that, we've hyped them. We have hyped them more than any other team, I think, because on paper the excitement level is there. So I'm not going to spend a ton of time on Apollo because we've kind of covered it, what the expectations are. But I will say this, okay? When I'll come back to Apollo once we get to number 1,
yes.
Okay? Because I want to circle back. But players to watch, for me, of course, Max Johnson. I mean, come on. If you are just in the community and maybe you haven't been to games in a while, this is a guy you go buy a ticket just to go watch him play. I feel like that's the kind of player Max is going to be this year. And I think the beneficiaries that are going to be those receivers, man. I mean, think back to those, John Edge, Owensboro Catholic offenses and the bevy of weapons they had around the outside. But I think Amaje Badger, is going to have a absolute monster year on both sides of the ball. I like John Milburn a lot. I think, he's a downhill runner. I think that will complement this offense very well. And we'll be able to see maybe what he can do on the defensive side there. He's got some big shoes to fill, and the linebacker core has some answers or some questions that need to be answered, but we'll see. And then a guy that don't get nearly enough credit for me as well is JT Edge. I think, having him back there at the safety spot is exactly it is what it is. He is the safety. If they get through the first 2 levels of defense, I trust JT to diagnose the situation, to handle it on the back end. Very high on Apollo this year.
For me, really, I'm like you. Defensively, I want to see, because you lose a couple guys. But for me, especially game 1, Murray's front 3, I think they maybe the front 4. I think they play a 3-4. I don't, off the top of my head, I don't remember. It's either 3 or 4. They all return 50 or more tackles on the defensive line. I think this is a great test, game 1, for this offensive line. And to me, that's who I'm looking for.
Yeah, Griffith and Company, a much maligned group 2 years ago. They took a big step last year.
If they take another step,
I think they do.
If they do, it's a 7-win team.
I mean, if you look at the huddle from Max, a lot of clean pockets back there. So, and we'll see. It'll be a tough test for them on Friday as they host Murray in their game of the week right here on 102.7 The Game. At number 3, the Owensboro Red Devils checking in after an 8-4 campaign. 1 playoff win, a little bit of an early exit after the run that they had, the consecutive Final Four
5 straight semifinals, state semis.
Heck of a streak there, and it came to an end. All good things come to an end, but Coach Ganaway and company would like to get back in the swing of playing on Black Friday, and they've got a bevy of guys to watch on the team. Of course, the number 1 recruit by a lot of recruiting circles, Evan Hampton on the roster. So, I mean, that's pretty good one. I'm going to tell you my number 1 player to watch on this team.
Okay.
That no one's talking about him.
All right.
Jaden Morris.
I think so, too.
I mean, I guess people forgot about it.
They do. Well, what did he play, like 3 games, but it was injured 3 games last year, 2 or 3 games? If he is healthy and he is what we think he is, that's just a whole nother dynamic to this offense. It's a big receiver. It's a guy that can, you got Dillard, who's a great receiver, a little on the small side. Morris is a guy that can go get you jump balls. He can break tackles. He can do, anything.
They complement each other.
He does. He gives that offense an entirely new dynamic. He was my player to watch, too.
And on the defensive side, he's biased. I know. I am biased. He's like one of my kids. Landon Clark.
Yeah, well, I have.
I mean, turn the film on. He reminds me a lot of Dallas Turner off that edge, man. How he gets low and he's quick, and good luck getting your hands on.
You know
him.
who he reminds
he's
me
gonna
of?
wreck games, man.
He reminds me, and I'm not saying he's this good, but like the way he's built and the way he plays. My old Cowboys, Charles Haley and the 49ers.
I'm gonna give you
kind of small for a defensive end, but you can slide him inside and he kind of turns his body and fits through gaps and gets there.
He's small as far as like weight wise,
Right.
but he's what 6'4".
Well, that was Haley.
Yeah.
He was like 6'4", 6'5", and was like 240.
I'm gonna tell you who I see in Landon that I covered in high school and was almost unblockable. Shea Carwile.
There you go. He was
way back.
He was our
one of my favorite players.
He was our Channel 2 first teamer one year.
Yeah.
Like, it was unreal.
That's probably 8 years ago.
Yes.
9 years ago.
I mean, I was doing TV at the time.
Yeah, just right off the top. And when I was watching him in that scrimmage against Mayfield, that's who it reminded me of. But, there's a number of guys. I mean, obviously, Ty Ashley, and then you got Eli Hampton, who commands. And those defensive backs are getting slept on, too. I mean, Green and Shimwell.
T. Green is a playmaker.
No doubt. No doubt. Owensboro is absolutely loaded, and it'll be a good test with St. X this week. At number 2, the Owensboro Catholic Aces, 2 years in a row, state runner-up, 14-1 2 years in a row. And, man, I tell you, you look at this team, to be clear, I missed Owensboro, Roads and Roads. How can you miss?
No, you can't miss that.
I'm in Victory Lane. I'm missing Roads and Roads. Come on now.
You get fired.
You
get fired for that.
Right, you do. You absolutely do. Yeah, they're off your car the next week if that's the case.
That is.
Roads and Roads does a great job with Owensboro. They have since day one. But back to Owensboro Catholic. We talked about Miles Edge earlier.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I mean, I know it kind of goes without saying, but he's my player to watch for them because no matter if it's special teams, defense, or offense, I'm not so sure he's not the best player on the field in all three phases.
No, I'm not so sure he is it either. I think it's I had a little different one. I went a little biased here. I think having to replace Vince, and we talked about this, that's not been talked about enough. Mm-hmm. And so a kid like Jude Evans, who's going to move in there and play linebacker, can that linebacking group with Miles and Vince, and whether it be Sims or, whoever, you not only lose Vince Carrico, you lose Christopher Burns, guys that had been starting for 3 years there at linebacker for Catholic. To me, those are the guys. How does that hold up against the running game that Bowling Green can take at them on week 1?
Yeah, and which receivers stand out? Luke Thomas is a guy that we haven't seen much. He kind of got banged up, in the practice early on. Hudson Ebelhair is a name. And then Xavier Maddox.
He had a big game against Paducah Tillman.
I mean, all those guys are capable. I mean, you go all the way down to the kicker. Garvin can come in and hurt you. Harville, there's a lot of guys.
If Xavier Maddox, the thing I've heard about through the 2 scrimmage games is no drops. Like the only complaint I had about Xavier Maddox last year, throughout the year, there were some big spots. He made some big drops. If he is a reliable at any point in time, you can throw him the football. That is an absolute playmaker.
Yeah, he's going to have the end zone a lot.
100%.
I'll be calling a lot of touchdowns for him this year, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him get involved in maybe some jet sweeps, get creative a little bit, because Catholic's offense. Listen, you go from Atwell to Carruthers. Yeah, it's 2 high-profile, great players, but they're 2 completely different quarterbacks. Catholic's going to look a lot different in short yardage. I mean,
yes,
because last year short yardage, you just line up.
You put
give
Vince
it to Brady
back. You put Vince on one side. You put Darren Crow on the other, and that was your lead blockers for Brady.
Yeah,
good luck.
Good luck.
And here's the other player. You got to watch Dremel Carruthers. The only complaint you have of what he's done so far in the scrimmage games. 7 interceptions in the 2 games against Tillman and against who they played game 1. South Warren.
Yep.
Wasn't it South Warren?
No. Man, it's escaping me.
Whatever.
Yeah. I don't remember.
I don't either.
Yeah.
But anyway, 7 picks.
Yes.
Madisonville's who they go down and play Madisonville.
Yeah, because Hightower had to get
7 interceptions. That can't happen. That's how you get beat against good teams.
Yeah, no, and here's the thing. One thing I would caution against, being super worried about that. I think in scrimmages you're trying things, you're getting accustomed.
I'm not expecting that. I'm just saying.
Right.
And then some of them
can't carry over.
Some of them, Madisonville, you end up beating Madisonville, but you had 3 turnovers inside Madisonville's 15.
Yeah,
that cannot happen. You do that against Bowling Green, it's a running clock.
100%. And we say all that to say, happy birthday, Dre. Let's move it and that's true. It's his birthday today. So happy birthday. I saw on Twitter. Heritage Hills will check in. And there goes all the drama, right? I mean, if we got the one, you kind of knew who it was. Heritage Hills debuts in the Owensboro Health Top 10 at number 1, coming off a 14-1 season themselves, 3A state champs. My players to watch would be the running back spot, Winchell and Pledger. Pledger coming off an injury last year, I do believe, as I'm just educating myself on Heritage Hills. Who emerges from there, because Meredith was a monster back for them. They're having to replace that. I think those guys will step forward. It's just it would be interesting to see how that comes about. And then in that front 7, who emerges there? Lost some on the defensive side. Pledger's another guy on the defensive side. And then a guy like Hayden Smith is another player that I would have to watch for Heritage Hills and Vicks. You'll get eyes on these guys in person here in 2 weeks. And the question that I really have is, okay, Paulo goes out. They beat Murray by 4 touchdowns. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Owensboro and Owensboro Catholic really struggle week 1.
You could have a 1 versus 2 matchup in week 2.
That's what the media does, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying. It's right there on the silver platter for us if it goes that way. And it could be a 1 versus 2 matchup in week 2 right here on 102.7 The Game, brought to you, of course, by Right Implement, another fine sponsor that makes these things possible. When we come back, we're going to preview volleyball live at 5, 102.7 The Game.
In September, Sports Country is celebrating 10 years. The last 10 years, we've seen the rise of social media, a pandemic, and in sports, we saw the rise of new rivalries, World Cups, the creation of the transfer portal. For Sports Country, they saw a location change in Owensboro and the addition of a second location in Bowling Green. Thank you for supporting them for 10 years as they celebrate all September. Sports Country, 317 Park Plaza Drive, behind Shammy's Car Wash, Owensboro's #1 sports fan store. Search Sports Country on Facebook for events and specials.
When Kentucky storms hit, you need a company you can trust. Grex Construction is your local expert, licensed right here in the Bluegrass State, with years of experience repairing storm and hail damage. We specialize in insurance claims assistance so you can get the repairs you need without the stress. Our high-quality roofing solutions are built for Kentucky's weather, protecting your home or business year-round. Don't wait for small damage to become a big problem. Call Grex Construction at 270-996-1115 or visit grexroof.com today.
For over 35 years, Owensboro Garage Doors has been serving the tri-state area. We have exciting news. Our state-of-the-art showroom and design center is now open on Saturdays from 9 to noon. That's right. You can now visit us on Saturdays at 708 Breckenridge Street. Our team of experts are committed to providing exceptional designs and service. Owensboro Garage Door offers a wide variety of custom garage door options to ensure your garage door fits your unique needs and style. With the best service, parts, and prices, Owensboro Garage Doors will be your go-to for life.
This is Travis Holtree from Foreman Watson Holtree. The most recent statistics from the Kentucky Cabinet of Transportation confirm that nearly 80% of crashes result from distracted driving and report an all-time high in the number of wrecks in the Commonwealth. If you are a victim of distracted driving, let FWH unwreck your wreck. Foreman Watson Holtree, dedicated to you, committed to justice. FWHlegal.com.
Looking for a financial partner you can trust? Look no further than Green River Area Federal Credit Union. Whether you're saving for the future, buying a new home, or need a loan, we've got you covered with competitive rates and personalized service. Join the community that cares about your financial well-being. Visit Green River Area Federal Credit Union at one of our 3 locations in Henderson, Greenville, or Owensboro and experience the difference today. Your money, your future, your credit union. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Local sports at its finest, live at 5 with Stephen A. Turner and Vic Evans on 102.7 The Game.
Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtree, FWHlegal.com. Stephen A. Turner, Vic Evans here, taking you home on a Top 10 Tuesday. Don't forget, tomorrow, Hype Week continues. We'll have a coaches spotlight where we kind of highlight some coaches and some things we're excited to see, some new coaches, maybe trying to build on what they did last year as well. Well, that'll be one of the segments. We'll do a little SEC preview. We'll give how we think that's going to play out.
A little SEC preview. I'm looking forward to it.
Got to get into that, man. College is kicking off too. And then Above All Roofing, True or False, be a fun show tomorrow. And you can send your questions in 270-903-0389. And when I'm done here, I'm going to Old Hickory, and I'm hearing there's going to be a big crowd, Devils fans. You hear me? The Aces fans are going to try to outdo you. How about that? We're going to have a little competition. Is that what this is?
I think so.
Dan's turned this.
Dan's got a video out there.
Video. How did Dan get a video?
He sent it to me. He did that on his own. You got to make your own video. Got it up here on the live stream.
Circles around
tomorrow. The Coach Jason Morris Coaches Show, 6:30. You can hear it on K News, the first one ever. Brought to you by Old Hickory, live from Old Hickory.
We let them know, Aces fans, that we're going to pack the joint tomorrow. So be ready. Old Hickory Barbecue, 6:30 tomorrow. The Jason Morris Coaches Show.
We left live at 5 yesterday. I'm walking out. I get a text from Dan. He's like, "Hey, I made this video. Any chance you can get it up on our social media?"
You're absolutely
and I'm like,
sure I can.
Yeah, I'm like 100%.
Yeah,
and it was a great video.
And in full transparency, I mean, I may be a good one on Thursday too, because that's when the DeMarcus Ganaway show is. And, I'm just like, I love the Aces, and I've been talking to Nick Clements all day and, looking forward to doing the games with him this year and getting prepped for Saturday against Bowling Green. But speaking of the Aces, he's talked volleyball, and that's kind of the Lady Aces wheelhouse. However, last year it was the Lady Devils who swooped in.
Yes.
And
first one ever.
Stole that regional title. First time ever, 24-16. New coach Mitchell Johnson is aboard. He was an assistant on the regional championship team. You got Anna Travis, Arish Barksdale, Macy Kahn. Great core returning. But I think they'll have to deal with Owensboro Catholic, a 24-win team, regional runner-up. They were undefeated in the region until Owensboro took them down in the regional championship. You got Molly Arnold, Taylor Clark, Ava Martin leading the way. And I'm hearing a lot about Emma Caslin. The volleyball runs strong in the Caslin family. Felt like she was robbed as third region player of the year last year. Not real sure how that one played out. But I've heard good things about Emma and always good things about the Owensboro Catholic program. And then Apollo, a 28-win team last year. Avery Gray, Savannah Denson, and Maddie Roberts back. Looking forward to seeing what the Eagles have. And those are the three, I think, teams that will be favored to be in the regional tournament. I don't know how it's going to sort out in the ninth. But Davis County, only lost one senior. And they only have one senior this year. They've been playing the youth game. 8 wins last year. Jaslyn Howard, the lone senior, will lead the way. But look for Davis County to get into double-digit wins this year and get back in the mix in the ninth.
Yeah, I'm like you. I think Catholic, don't sleep on, Apollo. I think that's a team that's going to be up.
Coach Howard does
a great job. Mary Howard does an unbelievable job. And I think this is one where that was a team that felt like they had regional championship aspirations last year. Drew like the short. It was such a. You had Owensboro Catholic, and Apollo, 3 of the top teams. You had to play one of them if you couldn't get the one seed.
They peaked at the wrong time.
They did early.
They peaked a little earlier. Owensboro peaked late, and that kind of transpired.
But also, if we're going to talk about girls volleyball, there's one team you can never leave out.
I'm not leaving them out.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
We're going to the 10th first, though. We're going in order.
They'll be like right there below that step of 3. I can tell you. They always are.
In the 10th, Ohio has been a very good volleyball program. They did lose several key seniors, kind of in the middle of a rebuild. I'd say they'll still be in the mix, but Muhlenberg is the defending 10th district champs, and they returned Kinley Pate, who was a kills leader last year, and I would expect them to be the favorites there in the 10th when you talk about Muhlenberg. In the 11th, Meade returns almost everyone. Allie Glover, you had Ella Clanton right in the mix there, a 16-win team. Breck on the other side lost some key contributors. They do return Laney Roach. I would say Meade's probably your favorite there in the 11th.
Not only that,
they've had success.
No, they've won
Breck
multiple
has too,
regional titles. Meade has, and it's always sometimes they get forgotten about because they're like 9 time zones away.
Right.
But just figure when it comes to regional tournament time, you're gonna have to answer to Meade.
No doubt. No, and in the 12th district, right? Trinity's kind of been there. They've won 4 out of the last 5 12th district titles, and they just keep turning the page from superstars. And keep going.
I know they lost a lot from last year, but everything these young girls coming up, it's just they just reload.
They lost a lot, but they also gained because Coach Huff is back.
Yes,
Coach Adam Huff,
yes.
A lot of success out there. Returns, he's back. They do have.
I think he's on the Hall of Famer out there.
He is.
You're bringing back a Hall of Fame coach.
A lot of success, man. They lost 6 seniors, but they do have a couple seniors leading the way. Ava Coombs, Laney Mills, and Trinity. It might be a little bit of a rebuild this year.
Sleep on them on your own.
Time,
if you're sleeping on Trinity, you're in trouble.
I think their biggest obstacle in the 12th district there will be Grayson County, 17-14 last year. They lost several seniors, but they have a core of the top players are back. I mean, Chloe Gaither, Layla Eskew, and Taylor Gaskin, all big contributors.
How does Edmondson not have Carrie Ann Williams playing volleyball along with basketball? Just stick her on the net and just let her get 47 blocks a game. game.
I can't have her risk an injury. We got to keep her keep her in bubble wrap until basketball season, and maybe she can get a college offer. But man, that'll wrap it up for the volleyball. And that was a quick volleyball, but hopefully we got some players in. We'll be highlighting that as well on our fall sports scoreboard.
Without a doubt.
Long.
Without a doubt.
I'm just excited to actually have sports to talk about. We don't have to speculate, or I know we're kind of beat a dead horse with these, the high school football. High school football, man, you're lucky because your athletes that play football are more lucky than the other sports because you're first 2 months of hype.
Yeah, you're
you
first.
Get 2 months of hype. Basketball just blends right in November.
Yeah,
and then baseball really
by
gets
that time
screwed.
That's one thing we've done. I think the best job is keeping baseball and softball. Everybody you get worn out by that time. Not us. We're still going strong.
I did last year. I've recharged my batteries. We'll see if we can get through it this year with a great program with Owensboro Catholic.
Hey, live at 5 tomorrow. Don't forget, Coach's Show. You got Morris's, and you also got Webb's over on CJ.
That's right. Bill Tell City tomorrow as well. We'll see you then live at 5.
You've been listening to Live at 5 on 102.7 The Game. Special thanks to Foreman Watson Hultree for sponsoring the preceding broadcast. FWHlegal.com. Tune in next time for Live at 5 on 102.7 The Game.